Hello everybody, this is Natalie here, your friendly neighborhood birdie, and today I'm gonna take this weird, ugly apartment and I am gonna make it a recording studio. Apartment lot types can't be changed, so this needs to stay an apartment, so I'm gonna give it basic apartment functionality. But overall, I want this to be a recording studio. Also, there is no such thing as recording studios in The Sims. That too will be a little bit cheated. I'm just gonna try and fake a recording studio, I guess, both look-wise and functionality-wise. And I thought this apartment was the perfect shape for that because a square really works well in dividing. So as I said, I want to have basic living requirements, and so I thought this would be where the artists record. This could be where it's all like edited and stuff like this. This could be a bathroom, and here we could have a little bit of a kitchen and, you know, couch bed situation. Thinking Murphy bed. Just so, I mean, I think it makes sense, and I can totally see somebody just sleeping in the studio because they just put in too many hours or something like that. But I want to mimic this being a public space, so I'm giving the toilet an actual toilet door. Since I don't know what this can look like, even because I will have certain furniture that will be dictating the look of the rooms, I'm keeping the rest of it neutral for now and then potentially changing it later. Oh, no. Okay. Outside windows black, inside windows white. This is kind of so you can watch the artists as a producer. I also want there to be a little bit of a stage here. Maybe like so. Yeah. Just placing the stuff now, and then later on we'll see where we put it. I want to love different types of guitars because I think that's what you usually see. So that's all the stuff that needs to go in this room. Maybe even 2 microphones, depending on the space we will have left. Okay, everything is on the stage. That means we can go on styling the room. Now for that room, I think wood paneling, and then maybe I can try and figure out something that looks like soundproofing. Could these work maybe? No. This could have potential. Or maybe this. Or maybe simply these. Could go like this. These things are also panels. I think this is the best. And then on this wall, because theoretically that wall doesn't need padding, I think I want to have some artist pictures. Maybe we have this one set of pictures from restaurants, I think, where it's supposed to be like this wall of people, famous people who have been dining at that restaurant. Could be musicians. And some records as decoration from the high school pack. Like so. And we also need a wall speaker in here, because sometimes they need to communicate with the artist through that wall. And yes, this speaker makes music, but it's close enough-ish. Now floor-wise, I hadn't really made a real decision yet. Is that maybe something for the stage area? Okay, that's more like it. When you look from here, you have this all going on. Can totally record them with your audio equipment. I think I will play some stuff in here that's not technically audio equipment, like a normal computer, and maybe the video station too, because the video station just looks right. In fact, I want to place that first because it's an L-shaped desk. See, doesn't that look right? Yes, it has a camera there, but maybe they're sometimes filming the recording process, you know what I mean? But it looks very right. It has equipment and all that. This, of course, has to be in here. It's the Mixmaster Music Station. Create your own tracks by mixing up some tunes. Basically a recording studio. And maybe the cheap DJ booth, because it also looks sound equippy. Sound equippy is a word now. It looks right in a recording studio, gotta tell you. And then we need a normal computer desk as well. And this is also what I meant about letting the furniture dictate the look. Because this is a specific style. This not so much, but okay. But we need a glass table now. This one actually fits perfectly. It's not my personal vibe, but it's the vibe that EA chose. And now I want a computer that looks beefy as well. I think I want this one because it also has a mic. In case in editing you need to record something quickly or stuff like this. Some high quality chairs. And I think that's the quote-unquote necessities done. And we can try and style this room up. Now, because I used the cheap apartment, there are certain things I cannot remove in here. Maybe I can hide them. Does that look stupid? I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, I guess it works. Idea to bring the two together more is to add this to some of the paneling. Now all the ugly bits, or almost all the ugly bits, are just hidden. Let's try and see if we can zhuzh the place up a little bit. Trying to marry the two rooms a little bit. I'm hiding more of the ugly bits. And I think I want to put a monitor in here as well. Is that too large? That feels better. And they too need a speaker. Oh yeah, awards. Before I continue decorating, I think I want some shelves to display certain memorabilia. As tops for these things, I like them too. Some awards going there. This is what I was also looking for. May have been a release of theirs that did very well. Oh yes, yes. That's good. It's really worth it to sometimes look at the things you don't usually use and to pick through the swatches. I know it's for scouting, but it could also be like hot new thing or something like that. So I'm imagining this record studio has tons of hits, honestly. I think blinds instead of curtains is the right choice. Okay, so far this is just a recording studio, but technically it's an apartment and it needs to be livable. But I still want it to feel like a recording studio, so I am thinking kitchenette here. So not really a fully furnished kitchen, but you know, just the necessities. We can use stuff like this oven instead of a real oven, and this tiny fridge instead of a real full-sized fridge. So that's already given kitchenette vibes, sort of. And now I'm thinking what would work with the vibes of the rest of this all. Dark wood, probably. That's a bit dark. Maybe the white top will work. We're kind of mixing wood darks and whites. So now we can sustain ourselves. We need somewhere to sit and sleep. I prefer the Murphy bed right now. It's a bit tricky to match that to our existing vibe right now. So that's gonna be a tough balance for sure. I don't really want to go white. Maybe I must. It's so cold in here because of that, and the dark wood is very isolated. Now the light wood is very isolated. Okay, I'm changing my plan because this is not a color match at all. But that way I don't need to go all white. It's too clinical. It's a bit separate from the recording spaces, but maybe that's a good thing. Like work and fun. I don't know. I'm forcing explanations here. Walls here. It's a bit tricky now. Because I want a TV here. So I need to section this off with walls. It's a very, very tiny space. I know that. But I'm just hoping it translates somehow. Maybe we can get a little callback by using these in the lighter shade here. And this in a matching shade. Instead of the darker wood for the work areas. I'm trying to have it look cohesive still. Like it's not totally different from the other space, but separated nonetheless. After all, this is the break area / stay overnight area / this is an apartment and we need some functionality area. Quite the mouthful. A glass table, for example, could totally help putting together this area and this here. So I'm gonna put a glass table in. This is really fucking crowded, but that's what I wanted. Now we can go on decorating. You don't need a lot of decoration in the kitchen because you don't need a lot of stuff in the kitchen. Although maybe a coffee maker. Oh, headphones are good. Headphones are very good. Probably several of them. Another award. More awards. This needs something on the wall. Another guitar on that wall. Introducing the music space. Is this annoying here? Like you're eating and there's this plant hanging? It's probably annoying, yeah. That's less annoying. Okay, let's move on to the bathroom now. It's a tiny, tiny bathroom. Call back to the recording walls. Now the shower should fit perfectly under there. It does. Nice. The sink and the toilet can go here. This is matching beautifully. Now, I didn't use a mirror with storage. That means we have very, very limited storage in this bathroom. And in fact, we have very, very limited storage in this entire apartment anyway. But it works if we still go with the storyline of this not being an apartment technically. It just still feels wrong. Because I'm so eager for storage. And we can maybe fit some wall storage here to make it less grating for me. You could wonder why a studio has a full bathtub. But they did build this studio into an old apartment after all. You were there to witness it. So maybe that just was already there. How annoying, by the way, would it be to have a studio as a neighbor? Like a full-time studio, not a home studio of somebody, just a full-time studio. Somebody's always there making music. Every day. Worst neighbors. Actually worst neighbors. But I think aside from a few finishing touches, this is done. And I see you in the tour. So here we are outside of the apartment and ready to go in. First thing we see when we come in is the kitchenette situation where you can cook basic foods, I would say, but nothing special. And you can eat them, but only a single seating because this is not a real apartment, this is a studio. But if you have to take a break, this is totally possible. You have this Murphy bed here, you can sleep a bit, or you can just hang and watch television, stuff like this. This here is the bathroom with a full bathtub because this used to be an apartment, but otherwise pretty small. This is where the musicians sing or play their instruments. There is soundproof paneling on the walls with backlighting and otherwise some decorations. And you can see in the production area where RSM is currently producing a track. To hide the ugly bits of the apartment, I used a bit of fishbone decorative paneling. And yeah, here's everything you need for a successful music and video production, actually. There's also a normal computer here and a bigger screen. And this is it. This is our little recording studio. I hope you enjoy it. This surely looks like he does enjoy it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until we see each other again, goodbye.